I wanted to reflect on a fender bender I got into early on in my driving career. So I come out here to downtown Seattle every Monday for a board game meetup, and I always have a hard time with parallel parking. And one of the first accidents I ever got into involved parallel parking. What had happened was I was getting ready to parallel park in front of my mom's bakery shop. My mom owned a bakery shop. And I was 19 years old at the time, just got my license, and I looked at the car behind me, and the guy was sitting in his car, and I just kind of assumed that if I got anywhere near him, he would honk, right? I was kind of waiting for that honk to know just how far I could go back. You gotta understand, I have neurological issues, and sometimes I could very easily you would think I could just very easily come out and say, hey, could you watch it for me? Things like that used to be a drag on me. It was summertime. I just wanted to sit in my air-conditioned car. I didn't want to bother coming out to the 90-degree sun and having to deal with that. That's the kind of breakdown I often run into as somebody who has autism. I just kind of assumed he would honk his horn. I backed. I'm surprised he's still not honking. He's clearly looking. I back a little bit more. Boom! And turns out he was so consumed with something on his phone, and so I learned a major lesson with my driving, and also with the dangers of being consumed by my electronics while driving, which I have never done, actually, believe it or not, or at least not egregiously, right? Or never got into trouble with that. Now, it turned out that his car was pretty junky in the first place, and he never asked for any damages, and in fact we became close friends after we discussed it. We at the time, this was 2007, AOL Instant Messaging was very popular, and he and I became close friends. He had his license a little bit longer than I had at that time, and we shared some lessons there. Now, every time I have to come out here to Seattle, I think about that again. And I reflect on the fact that a lot of times I mentally assume that people will give me warning when something isn't right. And I remembered that, the other driver that I hit, he was also a kid. He had other things on his mind, right? So when I'm at work and I'm making mistakes, I can't always count on the idea that somebody might warn me, not only because they have other issues on hand, but maybe they don't have the same kind of interests at heart, right? I can't always rely on the fact that people know what I'm thinking, and oftentimes I can't rely on the idea that people don't want me to get hurt, right? Most people have other issues on their mind. Just like I come out here to the board game event, I'm sure other people come to Seattle for other things, right?